So yeah, Baja is amazing. All of these trips are incredible. But when I think of Baja, I just think of sun. Lots of sun, beautiful open sky and landscape. Yeah, so bring your sunscreen and your sunglasses. Polarized sunglasses are good for the glare. But it's just a beautiful open desert landscape in Baja, and the whole trip actually, we now run 5 sections down to Baja. So this is out of all our Earth Expedition trips, this is the one that most students will go through in this program. And so it's really a special course, and actually has a history with our director, Chris Myers, who did some of his doctoral research down there, looking at studying scorpions in the desert. So it has a long-term history with Miami University and with our director, Chris Myers, as well. So the way this program works, we meet up at the Holiday Inn Express in San Diego in Old Town, and most people that fly in, you're gonna end up trying to get there and getting there the day before, because the day that the course starts, we leave at about 8 a.m. from the parking lot there. We'll meet up with Megan McDonald, who's our main in-country partner for this program. Megan is phenomenal. She knows the peninsula of Baja up and down. She grew up as a kid traveling all around there with her family, with her parents, and so she's just a wonderful guide through the landscape of Baja. So she'll meet up with us there. We'll get in vans. We'll load up all our stuff. We'll get to know each other a little bit, and then we'll just start driving. We'll head for the border. We'll cross the border. In terms of border crossings, I know that can sometimes be a little bit of a stress, but it's pretty much a seamless, easy thing in most cases. Knock on wood here. But you'll have your passport. We'll cross through, and then we'll head on down, and it's a beautiful drive, because we start out actually on the Pacific Ocean coast, and then we cut across the desert there, and really so we'll see a lot of different ecoregions and really cool desert plants. We'll see the transition of things as you head further south. The first place that we spend a good amount of time at is called Rancho San Gregorio, and it's in the Vizcaíno Desert. It's a pretty remote location. It's a family-run ranch. It's absolutely breathtaking. We will go on this very bumpy road to get to this location. And at this location, it's just a facility in an area that's been developed through generations. The area is used for cattle ranching. There is a couple of springs in the area, which is part of the reason why it's a good location. And we'll meet there Rafael, who is kind of the lead person we work with at the ranch, who has actually been studying medicinal plants and different sort of alternative medicinal approaches for a long time. And so he has a wealth of knowledge on that, in some cases based on traditional ecological knowledge of the area that he draws upon. So he's just, I think for all of our students that have gotten to know Rafael, it's just a really neat experience getting to know him and talking to the others at the ranch, because his family is sometimes there and other people are sometimes there. It's really special at the ranch to sleep under the stars. It is the temperature is about as perfect as you can get for sleeping out under the stars. We have cots. We place them out in an enclosed ranch area that they have. You can sleep near your friends, and we can just lay there and look up at the sky. So that's one of the very special parts of it. There's also these crazy cacti everywhere, really interesting species, things you've never could imagine, almost like from a Dr. Seuss book or something. Really funky plants. And so we'll explore those. You'll do inquiries on either the plants or different things. We'll do some self-design inquiries. And we'll also get involved in a research project that we've been working. This kind of ties into voice, because we've had discussions with some of the ranchers in the area, and one of the questions they had was, what does the cattle grazing do to the desert plant communities? And trying to understand that actually grazing has been studied pretty extensively in terms of grassland plant communities, but in terms of desert communities, not so much. So we've designed an experiment working with some of the community members to evaluate this. So you'll get a chance to experience that research and see how that's developing. After we've been at the ranch for about 3 days or so, we will head on out, and again, that's kind of bittersweet because by that point you know the ranch well, you feel pretty comfortable there, and you've gotten to know Raphael and the rest of the folks. But then we head on down to the Sea of Cortez, and it's sweet because you're heading to the water, and by that time it's, depending on which Baja, well, it's going to be hot. So it's actually nice to go down and be snorkeling and spending some time on the water. The Sea of Cortez is gorgeous. Our location there actually will also again be sleeping out under the stars, but this time just a few feet away from the water. So you'll wake up, you'll see the sun rising over the Sea of Cortez. Not a bad way to start a master's program. And that bay, so this is in Bahia de Los Angeles, and it's this town. It's like maybe 500 people or so. So it's a very small town, and it's on this bay that is pretty much teeming with wildlife. But we can't guarantee any specific sightings. We're always very clear about that. We don't know what the wildlife will do. We can't force them to show up. But it is just an amazing spot. So we'll have the opportunities to see lots of different things there. And then, so we're there for another 2 or 3 days, and then we'll be wrapping up. All this time we'll be talking about the master's journey and the program and answering your questions, getting to know each other, doing different activities, and then it'll be time to head back. So then we will drive all the way back up in one day, cross the border. We'll get into San Diego. We say don't try and fly out late that night. Fly out the next day because we just don't know exactly when we will get back to the Holiday Inn Express. But that's Baja. It's an amazing experience. You guys will have a blast. Okay.